High performance, what's that about? For me, it's about being the best we can be. Simple as that. And I've seen that through a number of different lenses. I've seen that as an Olympic athlete. Like Ben, I was involved in 3 Olympic Games in the GB rowing team. And like Ben, I saw a variety of success from that sort of 7th, 9th place up to the podium. For me, it's been about kind of in all those different contexts of high pressure, high stakes, to be thinking about what were the things that helped us to be the best we could be. And that's what I take now into all the work we do with organisations and companies I work with through business schools as well, to think about what are those things that we can do. Don't focus on winning. I mean, am I mad, Olympic athlete, saying that? Am I delusional saying that? For me, it's about coming back to this real focus on how we do things, on the performance piece that Ben absolutely demonstrated. And I had a similar journey in my own rowing career. My 3rd Olympiad, I had a coach who was starting to ask me about performance, who when we won a World Cup event in the middle of the season one time and were absolutely delighted. I mean, at this level, you don't win that many times. And we came from this race feeling, you know, really jubilant. We had some gold medals around our neck at last. And the coach went, you know, great result, but how did you perform? Oh, we're so happy we won. Yeah, totally get that. It's a really good result, but how did you perform? And again, you know, as Ben said, this rigorous emphasis all the time on, you know, at that point we went, well, actually, the start wasn't so good. We had a great piece in the middle. We really got into a good rhythm, but then at the end we scrambled a bit. Okay, that's all the stuff that's going to help us to get faster next time. Early on in my career, when I lost, I just sort of felt miserable for a long time and a bit depressed and wondered if I was good enough. By the end of my career, I was taking every result as an opportunity to think, how can I get faster? I've come 5th in the world. It's not where I want to be. But what did I do in that race where I came 5th that's going to help me to keep getting faster? What's the good stuff that I don't want to lose? And what are the areas that I still need to develop? How am I going to develop those? And perhaps most importantly, who can come in to help me? Because I don't have all the answers. So it's very much this kind of performance-based approach. I'm going to go into organisations and just see everyone sucked towards the KPIs, towards the spreadsheets every day, towards what it is that, you know, the outcomes that they look at on a daily basis, opening those sort of, you know, those KPIs. And that's not what actually helps us to get the best results. So for me, it's, you know, being really upfront about that and changing the way we behave, changing the way we ask questions in order to make sure we don't get sucked into a world where actually we're focusing on trying to win and we're not going any faster. Culture eats science for breakfast. It eats most things for breakfast. So if this is so important, why don't we invest in it up front? This is actually where we should be putting all our time. And there has been this monumental shift now to looking at why and really focusing on people. That's what makes the difference. That's what's going to put your great strategy into practice. So often companies will invest vast amounts of money into the strategy and very little into implementation. And unsurprisingly, things don't work out as intended. It's very much about questioning how we can get better at doing this, how we can think about culture. Now, often culture can seem a little bit vague, and I think people are put off from it because they're worried that, you know, it's hard to measure. We like things that can go in a spreadsheet and are clear to measure. Now, one of the ways, as you've correctly said, that we can really invest in our culture is to give a clarity about what we're trying to achieve, to be really clear about what success looks like, to be really clear about that question, you know, the equivalent question of, will it make the boat go faster? What is it, that unifying question that we're trying to achieve that enables us all to feel we're pulling in the same direction, that enables us to feel we're part of the same boat, and that enables us to have difficult conversations because we know they're about making the boat go faster? Feedback, trusting the ways that we review what we're doing are all much more helpful if we do it because we've really been clear about what it is we're trying to achieve. And this sort of getting a crazy goal, as Ben describes it in his book, is an absolutely critical foundation for setting and building your high-performance culture. Now, it's really, you know, it's really obvious in sport. You can say that, you know, of course we've got these goals, and it's no coincidence that this is an area of high performance. But it's the same if you look across the best musicians, the best entrepreneurs, the best business people. They have this clarity of what it is they're trying to achieve, and they're able to share that with whoever it is around them, the team they're with, so that everyone's effort is going into this goal. Curiosity didn't kill the cat. And it is absolutely a fundamental driver for the way in which Ben and I both learnt from losing at more than one Olympic Games to turn around performance and to see things in a different way, to really question how we can grow and learn every day, be very proactive about it. This process of reviewing how we've done, not just reviewing how well we rode, not just reviewing our technique, not just reviewing, how much weight we lifted, but we also reviewed how effective we were as athletes, how well we communicated, what we were thinking during the training sessions, what we were thinking during racing, because all of this stuff affected how fast our boat went. Don't ask what's wrong, but ask what's possible. And I guess that's my final high-performance secret, really, to share with you, is a question that can really cut through whether we focus on what's holding us back or whether we focus on what we might do to move forward. And that I hope is a useful question for you to think about on your way home this evening.